issues. I always get it when the season changes. I just pick whatever I'm in the mood to use. Maybe I used the other one last time and I just don't want to use it again this time. So it's gonna be best if I get you a close-up. Are we close enough? Ooh, I think so. Someone online, like their family photos. And honestly, all I could see was black and like a bright lip color. And I was like, what happened? It was so jarring. Hey girl, what's happening? It's Amber. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you're brand new here and you haven't been here before, I call all of my girlies here Blush Beauty. So we are gonna just dive into some makeup and have fun and chit chat. But we are gonna really learn some things about having a smoky eye. I just think they're really fun to create and really nice to level up your look if you're going out somewhere or maybe just because. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Subscribe if you don't want to miss any uploads. Turn on those post notifications so you're always alerted. You know, subscribing to someone's channel here on YouTube is honestly $0. Yeah, and you can just watch fun content for things that you really enjoy. So beauty and lifestyle here, and yeah, let's get into it. I have some tea for you today, so you don't want to miss out on that. Yeah, I'm dropping some information, which is kind of wild. I'm like, why did I even say that on camera? But here it is, and I didn't edit it out, so you're welcome. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. Thank you for being here, and you know what's up, beauty. Get your makeup bag out, and let's get ready together. I love a smoky eye, but I don't do it often, and I think the reason why is because I'm like, where am I going though? Like, why am I so dramatic with my makeup today? So I cannot wait to do this because it's been quite some time, but smoky eyes can be so set back to like 2016, 2017, 2018 makeup, and I feel like we're now in this stage of life where most of us are trying to be like no makeup, clean makeup look, all of that, and I am all there all the time. I'm here for it, but there's definitely occasions where we need to step it up. So I wanted to do this today. I wanted a new recent video on my channel for you, and I hope that you appreciate it. So let me know in the comments what makeup look you want to see, that you want me to create or do or teach again, or maybe do some fun throwbacks. But playing in my makeup with you is so fun. So, you know, get your makeup bag out because we're going to do it together at the same time. I like when you can watch and pause, play, pause, all that. It's so fun. I did curl my hair. I did add a hairspray because it just was necessary. I'm like, my curl does not hold as well unless I spray it. But I hate hairspray, y'all. I hate it. What hairspray do you use? Please let me know the brand. I just use a generic brand that I got from Sally's. I can't even tell you how long ago. If it had a date on it, that would be so cool to know like how long ago I purchased this, because it's been many, many years. But anyways, this is what I use, and it's just whatever. It's almost empty though. That was a big bottle. But yeah, I do need a new hairspray because I want to use it and hold curl, but neither here nor there. Let's jump into it. I put my brows on already. I did the Brow Blade. Urban Decay Brow Blade is the best. They did change the packaging a while ago, but y'all know I was always buying in bulk. So girls got 3 of the old packaging, and I've had many more. I just have tossed them, which I'm like, I would toss these, but it makes me feel bad because the end of them have the liner, and I don't want to toss great product that I know I might want to grab. So we're not going to do that, but we are going to go ahead and dig into some new things also in this makeup look that I have not used in a minute, or that are just new in my makeup case. I would love to have a makeup case like unboxing, unveiling type deal. I have a lot of cool stuff that I'm obsessed with, and I just think there's makeup that you need to have in your case, like no questions asked, you need this just in case, you know. So yeah, I think that would be so fun to do. But we just did the Fenty Beauty foundation primer. Now we're going to go in with House Labs. We're going to pop this on the back of the hand. I did like 3 pumps of that, and we're going to get our foundation on. I want a good even layer. I am putting my foundation on first. Don't know why. I'm just like ready to put some foundation on. I get really excited and I'm like, yes, let's get ready. And I want to put it on. Oh my gosh, and I'm wearing something new today. I'll have to show you. But it's the Skims robe. I just got a whole package from them, and I am so obsessed to have a new nude robe because my robe that's this material, it's not this material, no, this is next level material, y'all, but I have a really great robe from Soma that is like a thinner material, and it gets me through. I love it, but it's so bright and like the color of it and stuff, and I'm like, you know, I just want a nude one. This was a little pricey. I think it was $90 for this robe, but I was like, I will wear this all the time, and I know it's good quality. I just know, you know, I love their underwear. That's all. Did y'all know that? I'm sharing a lot of tea today. The only underwear I wear is Skims, like for real. I wear their dipped thongs, and I don't think they sell the ones that I have anymore though, which is weird. They're literally the thinnest material. There's no band period at all. It literally is like fabric. That's it. They're phenomenal. But anyways, I didn't even know I was going to tell y'all that today, but you never know the tea I'm going to drop, so you better be prepared. All right, here we go. We got our foundation on. I'm just going to blend this out. I'm going to add some concealer, some contour, some things like that. Come back. That just takes so much time to do on camera because I do want to get to my eyes, but we're going to go ahead and just like get this done so we can move forward in a very smooth manner. So let's do all the things and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's on and we're together for the most part. So I do have concealer on. Let me tell you though, I did use the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This right here, I bought it because Olivia did say it was the best, right? She's like, so good, so good, so good. Tested it in the store, and for weeks I was going back looking for my shade. So I actually got it at the Sephora at the mall. But this is shade number 10. It literally covered so well those areas. Wow, I was shocked. I was like, shut up. Like, that really did it. It's probably the best concealer I've ever used to cover up like any type of dark area. So if you need something to cover up like a breakout or scarring yourself, then do that brand. That's really, really amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the eyes. I haven't powdered or set anything. I just have all my liquids on because then it kind of gives me some more playtime to blend or do whatever I need to do to make sure it's all going to be great and even and not messy. So we're going to go in with our MAC paint pot. This right here is magical. I posted a little video about using this and many women were like in the comments like, yes, that is literally the best thing. And I cannot believe what I just did. I scraped my whole nail under that because my nails are a little bit longer. Okay, so we're going to use that though. And I just go in with my finger and I get it all over my lid really well. I actually have 2 of these. That's probably why I've not ran out or noticed like, oh my gosh, I will be running out or something. I go between both. Like I have, this one's more pinky, the other one's more like beigey. So they're both really nice. It just depends on my mood. I'm like, oh, I'll just use this color. So I actually don't have any rhyme or reason of why. I just pick whatever I'm in the mood to use. Maybe I used the other one last time and I just don't want to use it again this time. So, but I'm gonna have to use my nail, I guess, and get it on the side a little bit. Cannot get my nail down in that one as much. So the key to a smoky eye is not pounding on the shadow. We really actually want to avoid that, but you do want to like blend and bleed into the deepest colors that you can. So we are going to go in with the color story right here, which is really pretty. All the neutrals, all the matte tones. This is Skin by Kim. If this video was sponsored, girl, we'd be doing something in life, but it is not. I literally just love the brand. When you like a brand, you know it's good stuff. You always go back and purchase it. So I don't mind giving it a little shout out. It's really good stuff, but I'm going to go in with the softest shades first. We're going to go with the lightest shade here, and then we blend up. So I want under my brow to be as light as I can get it, right? I don't want it to be like starch white. I just want it to be subtle. And then the inner corner is very key. Those are the areas that I don't want to look dark though. But then the rest of the eye, we're really going to play up the shadows and the liners and the blending. But it really becomes with a skill. You can either look like you have a smoky eye or you can look like you got punched in the eye. We want smoky, pretty, you know, cutesy eye. So let's go ahead and get going with getting underneath the eye here, or that brow, getting underneath the brow. and the inner corner. I think it's gonna be best if I get you a close-up. Are we close enough? Ooh, I think so. All right, so you can see the difference just with putting a little bit of shadow in both of those areas. Like, we are up close and personal. But I think this is the best when you're trying to see an eyeshadow technique, is getting really close up. And just matte in, because this also helps with, because you have the MAC paint pot on the lid, and you can see like how it can kind of crease in those creases a little bit. So just kind of pat that through as you go. Now I want to take a really pretty neutral. So one of these three we're going to play up in, and I'm just going to layer them on my eyelid. Just like so. And just pat it. Get a good all over shadow brush. You don't have to be that technical with this shadow brush. You just want a good fat one that is like flat, but also has some movement. I'm just going in with a good solid neutral that matches my skin. That's what we want there. I'm gonna wipe it out on a paper towel or right here on a washcloth. Now I'm gonna go in with a gray color. So I'm just gonna take that same brush and I'm gonna take that gray as close as I can to my lashes. Again, we don't want to go in with the darkest color. Smoky eye does not mean smudge, black shadow all over your eye. It's just about what it looks like. Smoky and pretty and clean and hot, you know, like, ooh, yes, it's a good eye for like going out, you know, something like that. So get that as close to that lash line as you can. Now I want to really work in the shadow under my eyelashes, like right down here at the bottom. So I always go back with my blender and I just want to kind of take it, pat right underneath my eye, just to make sure. Again, I haven't set or powdered, which is great because now I can kind of fix what I need to fix if something goes crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and take a brush that kind of has a little bit more like blending power. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take the lightest shadow right in that inner corner. Never forget under your eyes. That is the biggest mistake that you can make when it comes to putting on your makeup, is mistaking and leaving your under eye exposed. Back in with the gray, right on the outside, and go right in. So I just did the same three colors underneath the eye, lightest to the most medium to now the smoky. Now we're going to go in and build it and get a little bit heavier. So we're going to go in with a brush that has a little bit of like a slant to it. So we're going to take the slanted brush here and we're going to go in with now like a deeper tone. And this is funny, I've never used this color. So this is a darker one and we're going to go right at the lash line, keep it a little bit deep. Just stay at that lash line. Just this tone right here. I've never used that shade. Never do a smoky eye, so I've never even wanted to tap into that color. If you stay as close to your lash line as possible, that is the goal. And then I just keep playing it up until I feel very comfortable with the shade. This is the problem with using neutrals though. You can continue to use a neutral, and if you don't use enough of it though, it's not going to change the tone. So you definitely need to use enough to change the tone. That way every color is going to end up looking the same if you don't. So just make sure that you're doing that. And I just stay as close as I can. That slant just gives me a little permission to carry it higher, but it just gives me a little bit. Like you can just see just a little bit of movement that went a little bit higher. Okay, now I take the tip of that slanted brush, just like so, and now I take it right on the outside, and I take it almost halfway, a little bit further than halfway. Keep dipping if you need a dip. And just keep pulling it through until you feel comfortable. A little bit past the pupil is always a good goal. The thing too about these shadows is that they're very forgiving as far as like the quality of the product too, and the movement of them. They really move well. They're not thick and like gross like when you're putting them on, and they're just a really good quality. So even after putting them on, you can still take your brush and move them around and then just get a really pretty blend. So that's always a nice goal. Now you want to go in with a brush that's a little bit more feathery and fuller, because you see my upper lid looks a lot heavier. We do want to push that back. So I am going to go in with a really pretty brown, both of these, and just kind of mix them through. And I'm just going to take it right here on that upper part of my lid. Like if I'm looking straight on at the camera and looking right into my mirror, you want to be able to see that shadow up there. You don't want to use a black or a deep gray right there. It's going to make you look like you got punched. So don't do that. Keep a really pretty, nice, soft brown. And if you put it right there, it just gives some depth. Do you see the difference from either eye? It almost look finished. Like you're not like, wow, your lid is really large and white. Like, you know what I mean? It just looks very saggy. We want to lift it. This already looks lifted. Big difference. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. You can close your eye and just look at the placement, and then just go back and pat it through. What palette do you have in your makeup case though? Honestly, that's your first grab. Like this is my first grab. I always go back and get it. Like I know it's gonna be a good selection. I don't question it. So I'm always curious, what is your shadow palette? You see the difference? Whoa. Nothing worse. I saw a picture of someone online, like their family photos. And honestly, all I could see was black and like a bright lip color. And I was like, what happened? It was so jarring. It was not a cute look. So really be very careful too, to know whatever makeup look. I'm going to go in with that really pretty brown and just kind of take it now in the inside. I'm just taking that slanted brush again in that brown. I'm still using the same colors that I did on top underneath. Like, make sure, you might be doing your makeup in the mirror and you're like, yes, like slay. But then you take a picture, you get out in natural sunlight and you're like, no, no slay. Like it ended up not being a good selection, and it was just too much. Like the pictures were too much. Like I was like, this is way too much makeup to be on camera. Yeah, it looked more like drag. Like, this is not good, you know. Stage makeup, it's definitely different than like portrait makeup. So having a makeup artist, having opinions like that is definitely key, or just having some tips and help. Okay, so now this is not dark enough, but where we're gonna deepen it is we're gonna use eyeliners and mascara, and that definitely is gonna give more of a smoky look. But we are gonna go with one of my favorite tools. I love this skinny little slanted brush. We're gonna go with a really deep color here. I think this is like number 10, no, number 12 in her palette. They're all numbered, so when you see that here. But we're gonna go in now and we're just gonna take this as close to that lash line as possible, because I don't always want to do like a thick liner on top. I just want to really have like a really pretty longer elongated lash, and I just want to, the darker your lashes look and the area around that, then the smokier your look is. And that's really key and important. Like you can see how we're putting this on, and it's not messy and it's not crazy, you know what I mean? It's just like, placement is everything. And just a little bit of some more shadow here is gonna just pull it all together. Take a Q-tip if you feel like it's just a little bit too thick, and just kind of wipe it on the outer side. You can see I got a little bit right there on the face. That's another reason I haven't powdered yet. Definitely helps. Like, and now look at that. Good, right? Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with a tinier like blending brush, like just something that has a little bit more control. It's a little bit more controlled. We're gonna go in with this brown. We're not gonna go in with the black. Blow it off a little bit so there's not a lot of color there. We don't want it to be too much. And now I'm just gonna take it right over what I just did with that liner and just now smudge that shadow liner in with that deep color that I'm doing right here. Work it on the outside. Pull it in though. Focus on the outside and then again pull it in at that lash line. And then take it out here again. You can see how I keep going back over here just to blend, grabbing some of the color over here and then grabbing it, taking it more on the inside. Just keep moving it around until it just becomes this really soft, flawless, effortless shadow application. Much better. Again, take it in here, blow a little bit. I already put some over here, but just going in a little bit heavier. And then blend it a little bit, circular motions. Right here on the outer. Pull it in. Blend it in with that shadow liner. That's another reason I love shadow liner on the top first, because you can still move it. It's very movable. But if you're like just doing a harsh liner like that, ooh, it's too much sometimes. And it honestly depends on what the look is. You know, I think that it's very beautiful and I think you can pull it off, but it potentially might be too much. Nice. Okay. Now we can go back in with that same slanted brush into the darker color here on the outside. And now we're just going to look in the mirror because I need to be able to see what the heck I'm doing. And just go right on that lash, the bottom lash. Stay as close as we can to it. See how I keep flipping it back? You see how one side's higher than the other? Another reason I love this technique is because this shadow does not like transition or fade or look messy. Like it's just always together. Now I just take that blending brush from earlier that has the lighter brown. It's the Fuller blender. I just take it underneath and make sure it looks smooth. Nothing's worse than a messy smoky eye. We're gonna go in first with our Huda Beauty brown liner and we're gonna go right on the outside and we're gonna go in with that deep brown. This is the most beautiful, softest liner ever. I'm so obsessed. The first time I used it, I was like, this is a game changer. Now I'm gonna go in on the wet line on the bottom. So I did the upper and the topper. You can already see the big difference like that made. And now go under. Now we're going to go in with a little bit of the black right on the outer corners. Now I don't love this liner, to be honest. I need to go get a black Huda, but this one is from Urban Decay and it does bleed. Like it says waterproof. It's not waterproof on my eyes. I don't know if you use this ever, but I just do a tiny bit, still on the waterline, but on the outer corner. There's that. Now we're going to use some mascara, and then we'll go back and kind of freshen up with, did I just get makeup on my robe? Shut up. I did, and I just wore it one time. Okay, let's do mascara. This is the Rare Beauty mascara. I'm such a fan. We're still in a close-up frame, so nice. So this mascara does not bleed, so it's so lovely. Some mascaras you can use and then you can already see it like on your lid. Like it just looks messy. I'm like, this one also just never looks messy. I'm using a magnified mirror in front of me down here too. That's why I can see so close up. But you can see those lashes. definitely how smoky the eyes are. Like, this is a very soft, smoky eye for sure, but dramatic enough to catch someone's attention. So the best thing to do now is just to take a blender and blend out under the eye. Just make sure everything's gone. I'm gonna let you just still get a close-up of this. And I'm gonna take the lightest concealer that I use Kylie's concealer, and it's so good. I love it. This is shade 2.5N, and it is lovely. Okay, just do a little bit of that. I'm gonna lift a little bit here, and I'm just gonna get that eye snatched and more together. So I didn't do mascara on the bottom yet. I just definitely want to blend the concealer out and just make sure we can have a snatched, lifted effect. See already, like it just gave it a little bit more. Do anything else with shadow on the bottom to like correct anything. I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier powder. I'm gonna also go in with my airbrushed Charlotte Tilbury. I love this powder a lot. It's actually like more of a flat, but like pressed. But we're gonna go ahead, and I like to take a brush like this and just kind of take it under the eye. I like to start with this one under my eyes. It look really flawless and soft and really nice. So I'm a fan of it. So now we're gonna go in, I'll just still let you have a close-up so we can get these eyes together. I'm gonna go in with a blender. Chin. I see that texture on my chin. I'm having some issues. I always get it when the season changes. My skin acts up. So all right, now we're just gonna take a minute and step back so we don't have to be that close to my face, but you can definitely see the difference in like the contour. I love the contour that I use from e.l.f. It's really good. It's the medium tan color. I'm obsessed with that one, and it's a cream. It's so good. But now I'm gonna go in with my Fenty, and I love this warmth bronzer. I just kind of take a little bit up on the high points of my cheek and just kind of like feather it in an upward motion. And I feel like it just allows me to set my contour. I don't know, it's a good thing for me. It just makes me feel nice. And then I do the same thing to the side of the nose, just to, you know, position everything. Add some more warmth there. Take another brush and just kind of take it right where that contour and my powder meet. And just kind of like give a little pressure there, so it doesn't look so like, you know, cut. Take that same palette and the colors that you were working with, the brush that had a little bit of the brown on it, and just get it really good under your eye. You know, just take it and rub it a little bit so that concealer kind of breaks up. And then this is a beat eye. Like, this is a great smoky eye. I'm just obsessed with how this actually turned out. I haven't done a smoky eye in a minute. Fabulous. But I mean, this will really get you through whatever you're doing, whatever the makeup look you need for an event. This will come through for you, the techniques. Now, you can change up the colors. You can do this technique and even use like bright tones or whatever you want to do, more cools, whatever is like in your little niche, you know. Do it and have fun with it. You don't always have to do the blacks and the browns to have a smoky eye, but it's just the technique that I really want you to master. But having that, I hope that you loved it. Now we're just going to add a little bit of cheek color from Huda Beauty. I just recently got this one and I'm excited to use it. Haven't quite used it yet, besides on the back of my hand. So I'm like, are we gonna mess up and do what we did with Rare Beauty? Are we gonna do too much? I don't know. Is it gonna blend how I want it to blend? I don't know. So we're about to find out together. Did I just mess up my whole makeup look? I don't know. I don't feel like I did. And I feel like that was very subtle. Okay, that's good. Yeah, the first time I used the Rare Beauty, one, oh my gosh, I put 3 dots. Girl, I had a whole face of blush. I was like, stop it. Now what we want to do is some lips. I really have been thinking about this. I'm like, what am I doing with my lips? So you know what? I want to test a couple things with you. I have 3 lip colors here that I don't use often. So one is by Buxom, and then the other ones are from Tarte. I love them all. They feel so good. I just don't know what I want to do today because honestly, the first one I grabbed was Charlotte Tilbury. I love Pillow Talk. I like it so much. But we have like a berry here, and I was like, that's not really going to play up on my lips well with this color. But would it? I don't know. Let's just do a little stripey tap. I just feel like that's too much with a smoky eye. I don't know. And then these right here from Tarte, they're just like a creamy, subtle. Like I'm like, these would be pretty with a little bit of like a liner and then put those on. I could feel that. Like I could get in the mood for that. You know, it's not quite deep. But then Pillow Talk was just like, that's a good come through, like goes with anything type of look. I don't know what to do today on my lips, y'all. Okay, but I thought, you know what? Let's just go in with a pretty nude. You can never mess up. So we're going to go in with shade 5. So Skin by Kim. And I just like this shade. It matches my skin tone. So that's really cute. So I actually might just go in with this Tarte and take a little of it here. Gosh, that is so like, why is it too much on coming off? I don't know. Because it's hydrating, but at the same time, it kind of still gives me the look that I want because it's not like a color, you know? So that's nice. So actually, yeah, this is what I was going for. Because personally, when I do a smoky eye, my lips being neutral has to be a thing. You know what I mean? It just feels better. It's nice. So we're going to take all of this off my hand before I get it on my robe again. You definitely could go heavier. I just don't think it's necessary because this right here, just playing up in those really major features that we talked about, you can just add a little bit more color, add a little bit more of a liner, change that brown to a black all over if you wanted to do that. You could even put on lashes, and that really will extend and make your eyes appear, whoa, like, man, statement. So there's no sense in being messy with it and just like doing all this black to create what? A messy look. Like, you still want it to be classic and classy and very like pretty and sexy and nice, you know what I mean? And you get that with the technique that I just gave you, but changing out the colors and things like that is definitely something you could do. So I hope that you liked it. I am really happy with the results of this. I'm actually going to wear this the rest of the day. So yeah, I'm a fan. So let's get a close-up look of this. And then if you love makeup tutorials, makeup, anything beauty and lifestyle, this is the channel for you. We have fun here, but I'm always showing you new things and teaching you about products just in a fun, natural girlfriend way. I am a retired makeup artist though, so having a lot of that under my belt really does help with information and knowledge that I do have, and I just like giving it all to you. So anyways, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for being here, and yeah, let's get a close-up. And you're the best. I'll see you in the next one. Leave me a comment though. I want to know, what palette is your first grab? Mine is this one right now. Skin by Kim is great. My second grab is the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes that I do have. Then my next grab is just drugstore e.l.f. Like, I'll grab it. It's good. It's tried and true. You know what I mean? It's just like whatever comes through for sure. Other than that, then I'm doing no shadow. So those are what kind of are my go-tos right now. And funny enough, like the Kylie palettes I do have, I just don't grab them anymore. Like, they're just not doing it for me. So I don't know, I'm always interested. Ooh, and I did want to try this. This is my new waterproof setting from One Size. Ooh, let's see. I'm kind of nervous about this. Let me see. Are you freaking kidding me? I feel like I just sprayed myself with hairspray. Whoa, that was wild. That was kind of intense. That was like a a burst of cold air hitting my face, but I feel like I got my whole face. We're gonna see if that stays on. Do I need more? Oh my gosh, are we starting an addiction? I'm not wet. I am weirded out. It is a matte. It does say mattifying waterproof. Okay, I got a little mini of this. Are we gonna be hooked? I don't know, find out in future videos. We shall see. That was a great time. I feel wild that I just sprayed my face with that. It feels very unnatural. But I've not ever used that. I'm normally like a mister. And then I let it dry. But makes sense. This is like true setting spray. The other ones are more like a hydrating setting spray. So just always be aware of that. All right, well, here we go. Happy that you were here. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe, girly. Leave me a comment. Like this video, though, if you loved it. And I'll see you around. So basically, like it just hit me. I'm so hungry. My stomach just, you know when you're hungry and you like feel it kind of cave in? That's what just happened. Always would be like, blend for your life. Because that is like every time I am using contour, that's what I think about. Let's get to that.